listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music, meets music, meets music.
Do you hear? Hello and good evening. Welcome to this edition of the Wayne Hall Show. Boy, can you believe it's December 21st? Oh my goodness. We're at the end of the calendar year pretty much. And so those of us who are still vertical and breathing, man, let's just be grateful. A little bit under the weather, but I'm here nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen. Had to get in this edition, this Christmas version of the Wayne Hall Show. Great show we got lined up for you this evening. All right. And before I even shout out my affiliates, let me just remind you that this evening we're going to have Mr. Rudi Page, the new chairperson for the Global Diaspora Electoral Committee in the UK. And also we have an interview live with Mother Pratt. Yes, Miss Pratt is Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor General of the Bahamas. Has a very great story to share with us this evening here on the Wayne Hall Show. She's going to be calling in from the Bahamas to do so. So spread the word. We're in for a great evening on the Wayne Hall Show, and I'm gonna play some of our favorite Christmas music, or maybe some you haven't heard, because that's what we do here, right? We feature the stuff that you might not hear anywhere else. So good evening to King Tub. Good evening, Natalie, Sky Violin, Lawrence, Sky Voice, Lawrence. Girl, you're going to sue me for calling you violence one of these days. And Tracy and Clark, big up yourself. Monica Brooks, welcome. Welcome. All right, good to see you all joining me on the Wayne Hall Show this evening. So again, a little flavor, Christmas flavor to the vibe as we go. This one is, we actually had talked about this on the show, Maurice Gregory with Christmas.
I can still remember the 25th of December. I opened up my eyes to jingle bells. Still remember the 25th of December. I opened up my eyes to jingle bells. The night before, so anxious, I tried to stay awake, but my eyes wide shut, I fell into a dream. Made all my plans for the special day. Things I would do, things I wanna say, yeah. Feel the Christmas in the air, yeah. Share all the gifts with everybody, spread some cheer, yeah. I see the Christmas everywhere, yeah. Christmas, yeah. And happy it's Christmas. I have now awakened. I just stand up and waited for everyone to gather around the tree. I want to see if my wish was anywhere on my list. I hope it's somewhere hidden beneath the tree. Made all my plans for the special day. Things I would do, things I wanna say, yeah. Feel the Christmas in the air, yeah. Share all the gifts with everybody, spread some cheer, yeah. I see the Christmas everywhere, yeah. Christmas, yeah. And happy it's Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. Oh yeah. I'm happy it's Christmas.
That's the sound of Mr. Maurice Gregory. Yes, a name you might connect with Third World right there. Maurice Gregory, doing a lot of solo these days. Maurice Gregory singing Christmas. All right, here we go. Want to shout out my listeners on 101.7 and 104.5 FM, Linkage, New York. Dexter Blake, big up yourself, DJ Linkage. HypeFM, The Right FM, Frankie Lex, what's good? Clark TV Network, Chester Clark and your audience, Viscosity Blend, Rupiti the Blender and his audience, Island Worldwide, The Power of Music, The Sutherlands, all right? Big up yourself and your audience. Also want to say big shout out to Reggae Vibes Radio, the entire family, Yard Flow TV. My listeners on Energy Radio 1, Mr. Fenton Troy, and the team up there, Energy Radio 1. YouChooseRadiocom.com, Ras Dougal, DJ VJ Smiles, Kimon Hall. All right, good evening, guys. Fresh FM Radio London. Got a shout out, Mr. Rudi Page and the team over at Fresh FM Radio London. Rudy's going to be one of my guests later on. All right. Also want to say big shout out to everyone on Restream. If you're on YouTube, hello, welcome. Mixcloud, IG, Hello, IG. I got to shout out Carib Ship Atlanta, Teleflex, Face View, Marshall on dot 64. Welcome to everyone on IG. All right. Good to have you. TheWayneHallShow.com and Facebook Live. Hello, First Lady Michelle. Good evening. Welcome. Lloyd. Who's that? I got to say, DJ B, speak up yourself. Joan Martin, happy belated. Merry Christmas to you too, Joan. Noshelle Grabber Music Millings, big up yourself. All right. King Tub again, and Natalie Sky Voice Lawrence. DJ Reds, bless up. All right. Okay. So, Mr. Abrams, welcome, sir. Good to see you. So we have a China Nicole. I just mentioned the Sutherlands over there at one of the platforms that carry the Wayne Hall Show, Island Worldwide. And this one is called Silent Night by none other than China Nicole.
Some people forget about what Christmas is. It's about joy and love and giving. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin, mother and child, holding infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds wait at the side, glorious stream from heaven above, every host sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, wondrous star, led by light, with the angel.
Want to shout out Miss Rita Kari Kari Prempe. Welcome. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Hallelujah to our King. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born.
The sound of China Nicole. Silent Night. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for an awesome year on the Wayne Hall Show. Let's go.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show.
Greetings, Massive.
Into Devare. Devare says, Holy Night.
Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. This is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Only the world in sin and error pining till He appeared and the soul felt His word. A ray of hope, the weary world rejoices.
JDD Gomez, welcome. Merry Christmas. Say Merry Christmas to Wendy Cartwright. Hello, Wendy Cartwright Howell. Miss Wendy, how are you? Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Wayne Hall Show. Just glad to have you all. And, you know, we all celebrate in different ways. We all celebrate in different ways. And no matter what, Christmas is such a time that we all look forward to. You know, so I hope everyone will have an awesome Christmas this year. Wish for you good health, strength, peace, if nothing else, peace this Christmas. We have more music right here as we work our way to Anthony Turner at the bottom of the hour. Anthony Turner, he'll be followed by Rudi Page, the newly appointed chair for the Diaspora Council Electoral Committee in the United Kingdom. Then later on, we have Her Excellency, Miss Pratt, out of the Bahamas. All right, all happening here this evening on the Wayne Hall Network, the Wayne Hall Show. All right, here we go. This one is from Daniel John, and it's called Christmas with You. Hello, Rosie Rose.
Oh, yeah. Never seen a snowfall, it happens every year. And it only gets colder, but maybe we should stay here a while. Cause what am I to do other than cherish this moment? If I could be anywhere for the holidays, I'll be singing, I want to spend it with you. You're the only one that makes me feel so true. So baby, I want to spend this Christmas, every Christmas with you. Oh yeah, yeah. gave it all up. If it made your day, you know who you are. There's no need to say names. I promise I will keep a part of you wherever I go. And if I'm alone under a mistletoe, I'll be singing, I want to spend it with you. You're the only one that makes me feel so true. So baby, I want to spend this Christmas, every Christmas with you. Oh yeah. Hey, I wanna spend it with you. I wanna spend it with you. Spend it with you. You're the only one that makes me feel so true. So baby, I want to spend this Christmas, every Christmas with you. Oh yeah. I'll be singing, I want to spend it with you. You're the only one that makes me feel so true. So baby, I want to spend this Christmas, every Christmas with you. Oh yeah.
The sound of Daniel John, Christmas with you. He says he would spend every Christmas with you. Now, I'm going to put my YouTube link in the Facebook chat because apparently there's some folks being blocked and you want to stay with the Wayne Hall show. I know you want to stay with the show. So I'm going to take a moment right now to drop the YouTube link in the Facebook chat. So let me go over here. Ladies and gentlemen, good to have you all, man, from wherever you are, whatever platform you're following the Wayne Hall show on. It's a pleasure to have you, all right? And so I'm going to go on over here, and I'm going to make just drop it here in the chat, all right? There we go. So share that with anyone who's having trouble getting on to access the Wayne Hall show. We don't need them missing out, all right? There are too many opportunities, too many different ways that they can watch the show, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you communicating, all right? Okay, here we go. More Christmas music.
See what I see.
the sound of singer Irie.
A child, yes, a child, shivers in cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Oh, let us bring him silver and gold.
Gotta shut up, my sister Mercedes. Mercedes, how are you? Mercedes Peterson, good evening. Merry Christmas to you and the family. Everybody down there in JA, Merry Christmas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause on this track because it's that time of the evening. I want to welcome everyone on YouTube, man. That's right. Facebook is blocking you. We got YouTube. We got Mixcloud. We even have Instagram, thewayneallshow.com. Too many options for Facebook to stop you from watching The Wayne Hall Show if you want to watch. So thank you. I see the numbers climbing on YouTube. Yep, good deal. All right, Mr. Anthony Turner is standing by, but here's what I want to do. I want to play this for you before I go over to Anthony.
Atlanta, can you imagine? It's been 10 years. The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music, is celebrating its 10th anniversary. On Saturday, March 25th, 2023, from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. at Legomere Restaurant and Event Hall. Live performances by Mellow Groove Band and poet Maxine Lyons. Music by DJ Cold Rise. Pre-sold tickets $50, at the door $55, which includes dinner. Me and my friends get tickets now at thewaynehallshow.com. Powered by VIP Socio. Or you can call 917-892-4607 or 678-431-9390. The Wayne Hall Show celebrates its 10th anniversary. Saturday, March 25th, 2023 at Lake Ramire Restaurant and Event Hall. Located at 706 Grayson Highway in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Everyone is invited to come out early and enjoy the celebration. It's the Wayne Hall Show's 10th year anniversary.
Yes, indeed. The Wayne Hall Show 10th anniversary, March 25th. We're hoping to have celebrity, the ER guru himself in town for that one. Mr. Anthony Turner, the man who's hot on the burner right now. Good evening, sir. Let me make sure they can hear you. Hey, Anthony, how are you, my brother?
Yes, good evening, Wayne. How's everything, man?
Anthony, let me tell you, we're bracing for it here in the ATL. It's been cold and wet, and it's gonna go down into. Hey, we have what do they call it? Oh, geez. When the governor, state of emergency due to
Wow.
incoming crazy weather over the Christmas.
Snow?
Yes.
Or just cold? Wow.
It's gonna get very cold and some snow predicted here in the Metro Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I am just coming from Jamaica. Just landed a few hours ago, so I have a lot of sun and warmth. So if you need some of that, maybe I could FedEx some over to you.
You might have to. So we're bracing for it. Pray for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, so boy, I tell you, I was in Jamaica and I left the US on December 15th, Thursday, December 15th, and that day was actually declared Jamaica Day by the Connecticut governor, Ned Lamont, by way of an official US proclamation. And the declaration was made as part of the celebration of an inaugural non-stop flight from Bradley International Airport in Connecticut to Montego Bay. And that route is now being serviced by Spirit Airlines.
Okay.
And it will operate 4 times per week. And Thursday's flight brought in 160 passengers, including myself, on an Airbus A320 aircraft. And Deputy Director of Tourism for the Americas, Donnie Dawson, and other members of the Jamaica Tourist Board, they were actually at the airport in Montego Bay to greet passengers, and I felt very special with all of these dignitaries at the airport welcoming us as we came in. And I don't know if you know that when a new route is started on any of the airline, the carriers, when the plane touches down, they bring out the brigade, the fire brigade, and they water down the aircraft.
I didn't know either. I've never had that privilege.
Yes, so this was the first time I was on a airline route which was the inaugural route. So the fire brigade came out and sprayed because when I saw all this water, I was saying, oh my God, it was looking warm and sunny on the outside, and now there's this big shower rain.
Interesting. That's interesting. Oh my gosh.
But among those traveling down on this inaugural flight were City of Hartford, Connecticut, a councilwoman who is Shirley Surgeon, and she's actually a Jamaican, I'm told. There was Jamaica's ambassador to the U.S., Miss Audrey Marks. She was on the flight. JTB Regional Marketing Representatives Victoria Harper, who is out of Boston, now out of New York, and Mr. Matthew Blake, who is out of Baltimore. There was also Caribbean Trade Council President Andrew Lawrence. He was also on the flight. Myself was on the flight.
Okay.
And I had an opportunity to talk to some of the folks up there in Connecticut. And I must tell you, Wayne, they are extremely excited about this flight because typically when they're going to Jamaica, they would either have to go to do a stopover at JFK. They would have to stop over in Atlanta, or they would have to stop over in South Florida. So there was never any direct flights out of Connecticut. And I was talking to Mr. Andrew Lawrence, who is, as I said, the Caribbean Trade, working on this for over 16 years.
Yeah.
And it's just coming to fruition. So
wow,
they are extremely excited about this. So, and part of the other reason for my journey to Jamaica, Wayne, is that the Jamaica Tourist Board honored the top 50 agents, travel agents that sell Jamaica to the diaspora and to the wider Americas. So the folks who, I thought the travel agent business was a thing of the past, because in my mind, folks who are traveling, especially folks traveling to Jamaica, you would go online, you would search for flights, and you choose your flights, and you book your ticket to Jamaica. So I thought travel agents business was a thing of the past. Quite the contrary. The thing is booming, Wayne.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, yes, individual travel, that is done online on an individual basis. But you have a lot of groups going to Jamaica, folks going to Jamaica to get married, where they're moving 50, 75, 100 people. You have all kind of other groups that are going down on a regular basis. You're talking about even for stuff like Dream Weekend, Reggae Sumfest, Rebel Salute, these big events. You have large groups going down, and it's not just even about booking the airline tickets. They need transfers, they need hotel, they need other activities while they're on the ground in Jamaica. So this is a major thing. So they honored all of the top, the top people who sell Jamaica. So I had an opportunity to interview a couple of them, and it was just so interesting. And it was 3 days of activities in Montego Bay. One of the days we went rafting and snorkeling. Another day they had an all-right party on the beach at Half Moon Hotel. And on the final night, they presented awards to those top 50 folks. And they also had a performance by the Dr. Beaneman. And it turns out that Beaneman had met in an accident, and his right foot was actually injured. So I did a story that really became a big story in the Gleaner, where he was actually in a wheelchair, because once he was done, he wasn't able to dance and move around the way we typically see, Beaneman.
Wow.
So he was in a wheelchair, but that thing went viral. The picture I took for the story. So that was one big thing. Then I just wanted to mention quickly that one interesting thing that is happening in Jamaica is that since COVID came about in 2020, there's a big boom in Jamaica with Black American tourists vacationing in Jamaica, and it's a major boom, because not in the history of Jamaica has so many Black Americans decided to vacation in Jamaica. And from what I'm being told from the marketers and the people in the travel trade, it really ignited during the COVID time, and they're just seeing an explosion of people heading to Jamaica. So that is something to talk
Pay
about.
attention to. Yes.
So so that is one thing. And I've never they're saying that the numbers of the tourists heading to Jamaica is close, almost surpassing the 2019 figures, which was a boom year for tourism in Jamaica. So just wanted to mention that. Yes, the numbers are back, and it's Wayne, let me tell you something. When I came off that plane in Montego Bay, there were more signs with people picking up people than I've ever seen in my lifetime.
There were a lot the other day too when I was there, man.
So it tells you that typically Christmas time, Jamaicans are the ones heading home.
Yeah.
So they don't need signs because they know who they're picking up.
Yeah.
If you're seeing signs, that means they don't know who they're picking up. They're coming to pick up somebody that they've never met.
Right.
So it's an indication that a lot of tourists are coming in, and there's a major boom. I attended, while I'm on the issue of tourism, I should mention that I had an opportunity to talk to Miss Shernette Crichton, who is the general manager of Half Moon Hotel, and she's actually now the Caribbean Hoteler of the Year.
Yes, kudos to
yes.
them.
So that is important, because she's not just the Jamaican Hotelier of the Year, but the entire Caribbean. So it speaks to our tourism product and how we're doing extremely well. So I just thought that would be important to mention. I must mention, I mean, I'm sure you must have heard about the Burna Boy concert that took place at the National Stadium.
I thought that's
Sunday.
what you went to see.
Well, I didn't make it to Kingston, but I can tell you that was the hottest ticket in town for that event. Everybody and their cousin was talking about the show at the National Stadium. Everybody wanted a ticket, those who didn't have, and those who had a ticket considered themselves very, very fortunate. And, you know, this Burna Boy, he's actually a Grammy-winning singer, and he has actually done collaborations with people like Beyonce, Ed Sheeran, Sam Smith. He did collaborations with Popcorn and a host of other people. And it was definitely one of the most anticipated performance. And I mean, I know we're hearing about the Beres and Budget show, but this one far some people, you know, it eclipses in terms of the interest and the hype surrounding the show. Now that it's done, I don't know, maybe there will be a lot more talk about the Budget and Beres show. A lot of people are talking about it, but the Burna Boy was just the concert that everybody. I know there were some technical issues and sound issues, and there's actually a video clip with Popcorn that is circulating, and it's accusing members of one of their production company of sabotage, and it's kind of very unfortunate. And it's still, you know, I mean, they haven't, Sharon Burke and her Solid agency, they're the ones who are being accused. So reportedly, you know, Popcorn is saying that they sabotaged his performance. So we're yet to hear from her. So I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more about that story in the upcoming days to come. And finally, as I spoke about the number of Black Americans heading to Jamaica, well, a rapper Offset and his wife Cardi B, when I was in Jamaica, they were there, and Offset, of course, celebrating his 31st birthday. And the couple was seen in various places, including Ocho Rios, and they found time to attend a party. This is a Mecca party, Mecca nightclub in Kingston, and Offset, of course, you know, had his birthday. So we say, happy belated birthday, Offset. I'm sure you must have had a great birthday party. And, you know, Jamaicans love their celebrities and all of that. So
yeah, they do.
Yeah, so those are just some of the big stories. I know we're getting ready to celebrate the Christmas holiday. So Wayne, I just want to publicly wish you a Merry Christmas and definitely a very productive and a very prosperous 2023 when it comes. And to all of the listeners who has been following you and following me over the past 10 years, you know, I mean, we've had some faithful followers and listeners to the program, and we just want to thank them for listening and for tuning in and for sharing information. And we certainly wish them a very productive 2023.
All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Anthony, likewise, I would like to take the chance to wish you and your family, you and your loved ones a peaceful, you know, restful and enjoyable Christmas, my brother. And you are thanking the audience for hanging with us. I want to thank you for sticking with the Wayne Hall Show. We went through some changes. We adjusted different things along the way. And you've stuck it through with us, man. And it's a staple, the eReport with Anthony Turner. So thank you for that as well. You're a big part of the consistency for which the Wayne Hall platform has stood out in the community here. So thank you, sir. We appreciate that.
Man,
and all the best for the holidays.
Yeah, man. We're glad to be a part of the program, man. We'll be here for many, many more years to come.
Yes.
All right?
Absolutely.
So you take care, man.
All right, Anthony. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Anthony Turner, the man always hot on the burner with some interesting information that makes us all learners. All right, yes, he brings fresh stuff all the time. So once again, I want to take the time to say welcome. Thank you all on Linkage Radio, HypeFM, Clark TV Network, Viscosity Blend, Island Worldwide, Reggae Vibes Radio, Yard Flow TV, Energy Radio 1, You Choose Radio, Fresh FM Radio, Mixcloud, Restream, YouTube, IG, thewaynallshow.com, and Facebook Live. Ladies and gentlemen, feel free to check out any of these platforms when the Wayne Hall Show is not on and see what they're up to, okay? Yeah, man. Or even go there now and see how Wayne Hall is coming through on these channels, right? So these are all partners in business here, and so I want to shout them out. And I want to take the time right now. Why do I keep saying chance? I want to take the opportunity to say a big thank you to all of you. Linkage, HypeFM, Clark TV Network, Viscosity Blend, Island Worldwide, Reggae Vibes Radio, Yard Flow TV, Energy Radio 1, You Choose Radio, Fresh FM. And I really want to take the moment to say thank you and wish you, your audience, and families a wonderful, wonderful Christmas holiday. All right? I couldn't have done this without you all, and I appreciate you. Okay.
Remember the song used to make you rock away.
Atlanta, can you imagine? It's been 10 years. The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music, is celebrating its 10th anniversary. On Saturday, March 25th, 2023, from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. at Legomere Restaurant and Event Hall. Live performances by Mellow Groove Band and poet Maxine Lyons. Music by DJ Cold Rise. Pre-sold tickets $50, at the door $55, which includes dinner. Get tickets now at thewaynehallshow.com. Powered by VIP Socio. Or you can call 917-892-4607 or 678-431-9390. The Wayne Hall Show celebrates its 10th anniversary. Saturday, March 25th, 2023 at Lake Romere Restaurant and Event Hall. Located at 706 Grayson Highway in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Everyone is invited to come out early and enjoy the celebration. It's the Wayne Hall Show's 10th year anniversary.
Yes, indeed. The Wayne Hall Show celebrating 10 years. March 25th. Go on, guys. Get your tickets. Come see Maxine. Want to shout out Dr. Khadisha Henry. Congratulations again. Miss Lifetime Presidential Awardee at the Black I Am Awards. Tracy and Clark, good to see you. All right. Natalie Sky Voice Lawrence. Got it right this time. Maxine Lyons. Keith Cole. Respect. King Tub, you're back? I see King Tub found his way back in. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is streamed on too many platforms for Facebook to stop you from watching. And we might just have to take our bag and pans and go on over to YouTube and Mixcloud in 2023. How do you feel about that? Would you be okay if you had less Facebook and more? Then I can, my repertoire of music would be unlimited. I kind of play for Facebook not to stop the show, but I just played a couple carols, Christmas songs, and boom, some people are being blocked. So we might have to just pick up with bag and pan them, man, and just go YouTube or somewhere else next year. What do you say about that? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. Tell me. You ready to move with the Wayne Hall Show? You always start making YouTube the primary? Well, you all need to go subscribe. Yes. So you'll see when I go live. All right. So go to YouTube and put in at Wayne Hall Show. Find my page there and subscribe. Even if you don't want to, go there. Subscribe so you can see when the Wayne Hall Show is live. All right. Up next, I have a conversation with Mr. Rudi Page. He's the newly appointed chair of the Diaspora Electoral Committees in the UK. After Rudi, we're going to get back. Hopefully, we'll have time for some more music and then another conversation with Her Excellency Mother Pratt out of the Bahamas, the Deputy Governor General right here on the line. And we're going to wrap up with some Christmas music. Want to play some of your favorites. And if it means you got to be with me on YouTube, by all means, join me over there or Mixcloud. Okay? Because we're going to party Christmas style before I get out of here this evening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's join Mr. Rudi Page with this great conversation about his new appointment as the chair of the Diaspora Electoral Committee in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure once again on the Wayne Hall Show to introduce my special guest, Mr. Rudi Page. Mr. Rudi Page is the founder and CEO of Making Connections Work, MCW. And he's a very busy man when it comes to things diaspora. He works tirelessly to make connections between the mainland and the diaspora, not just in UK where he's based, but also in other parts of the world, including Africa and the US and Canada. So, Mr. Rudi Page, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Wayne Hall Show again, sir. How are you?
I'm well, and good to see you.
It's always a pleasure, Rudi. And you know, every time I hear your accent, I remember growing up as a kid, and we'd get those Christmas greetings. And you know, it's that time of year. We get those Christmas greetings being played in Jamaica from the UK. It never fails to make me have a flashback to that. But let me begin by congratulating you for being named the chairperson of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council in the UK. I'm making sure I add that. So I'm going to start by congratulating you on that. That's primarily what we're going to talk about today. But there's so much more about you, Rudi, that I wouldn't mind if you would take a moment to just share with us a little bit of your background.
Thank you. And I'll just say, of course, emphasize it's the Electoral Committee from which I've been made, for which I've been made the chair by the Acting High Commissioner, Patricia Grant, here in the UK.
Awesome.
So by background, I'm a management consultant, and I specialize in policy implementation, in health systems, community economic development, diaspora affairs, international trade facilitation. I've been doing that for many years. I'm also one of the directors of HypeFM Radio London, and we are an important digital station as it relates to reggae, soul, R&B, and diaspora affairs. So that's me.
Great. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. When you hear me shouting out Fresh Up and Radio London, Mr. Rudi Page and the crew, this is the man. I'm shouting out right here. So let's focus on your new appointment, the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council Electoral Committee. So what are these? What are these?
Well, these are really bodies that have been set up by the government, Jamaica government, and with the responsibility of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and it's one of the ways in which the diaspora can get involved with Jamaica on a more formal basis, on what we would call an institutional basis, because it's a government recognised body. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs takes the lead, and it's part of Jamaica's priority in terms of engagement with the diaspora. So many times we will talk about voices being heard, Wayne.
Yes.
So your voice needs to be heard where the decisions are made, where the influence is. And of course, it's the government and the ministries, they're essential in terms of being able to get across the diaspora message. It's a new body, this particular round of elections. This is only the second. So, it's taking time, but I think the direction, I think, is really important, because as it should develop, it will be responsible for the national diaspora policy. So Jamaica has already had a draft national diaspora policy, which was, I think, tabled at the last diaspora conference a couple of years ago now, and which seems to have passed through. So this is part of the process of the engagement from the government, but more importantly, the involvement of the diaspora itself as part of Jamaica's national development plan.
Great. And it's an interesting bridge to gap to bridge there between the diaspora and the mainland of Jamaica. And tell us, how vast is the diaspora in the UK in terms of the Jamaican diaspora there? I mean, what does this span for you there?
Well, I guess one of the ways to look at it, we would say the diaspora here in the UK now, we're on 5 generations. So that will give you a sense of, how deep it is. And the importance of the UK anyway, because obviously the legacy of the UK as it relates to Jamaica and the wider Caribbean, of course. So that's significant, because that means here the diaspora here actually has an important voice within the political establishment here on how Jamaica and the wider Caribbean are treated as well. So we do have a significant opportunity, which in fact, to be fair, the Prime Minister Holness a number of years ago spoke about the diaspora diplomacy, which is important. And you of course have the same there in the US, the bilateral relationship between the US and Jamaica. The diaspora in the US have an important point in terms of speaking to the leadership, leaders and decision makers. So the diaspora is a significant voice here at all levels, and an important voice, and we're now very much focusing on the younger generations and see how we can build sustainable relationships. And we're kind of saying to them now, get involved in this process, learn about what the national diaspora policy is, put yourself up for the electoral committee and get involved.
Yeah, and I know that your function here is going to serve mostly on the electoral committee, but there's so much to the diaspora, and there in the UK, as you say, 5 generations deep. There's so much to it. What are some of the opportunities here, Rudi? What are some of the opportunities, some of the low-hanging fruit for someone in your position now in terms of policy, in terms of influence on on Jamaica through the diaspora?
I think where it starts first in the diaspora is the relationships within themselves, and starting to get together cohesive bodies, getting people to actually understand what the diaspora agenda is, because of course until you actually understand, well, what is the agenda, what are the policies, what are the processes, how does that translate into program activities that are relevant here but also relevant in Jamaica. So at this point I would say we're a great learning opportunity for people, especially those people in the creative industries, international relations, people who want to go out into the world. This is a good time to actually get on that pathway of learning. So access is important. So what's happening now in a way is an access point. But of course it's okay to know where the door is, but when you walk in, then where do you go? What's the pathway?
Yeah.
So that's where we are at the moment. And the good thing is that there are people with lived experience willing to share what they've been through, lessons learned, most importantly. So that's where we are.
Yeah. And speaking of lessons learned, Rudi, it's the diaspora can be tricky. It can be tricky to navigate because we have all these different bodies. We have alumni giving back to their schools. We have different charitable organizations taking on projects down there, all independently, not coming through one central body. So we have all these diaspora contributions back to Jamaica, but a lot of them are just scattered and probably would be more effective if they were filtered and just managed a little different. In terms of what the GJDC and the GJDYC might be doing in the future, think we'll see a little bit of change in that respect?
I definitely think so, because I think what will happen in terms of development, that these bodies will be seen to be the apex of the diaspora involvement. So there'll be, a collaboration at their local levels, their regional, their national levels, and then, then people will be put forward to sit on these councils because they have a balanced view and they will take in, a holistic overall picture, so they won't be swayed by any particular political or economic interests. And I think that's the road that we're now traveling in terms of representation.
Well, I liking the fact that, there's not that much of a direct political impact, because some of the concerns in the diaspora here, at least, I'm not sure about there in the UK, is what happens if there's a change in government? Are these sustainable measures and groups and organizations that can continue to function without the previous political environment? Are they able to adjust to a new environment and keep going without any serious impact?
Well, the good thing is that it is a government policy, and it is aligned with the national development goals.
Okay.
Which of course, again, is cross parties, all civil society, everybody. And of course, the UN, it also aligns with the UN sustainable goals as well. So the whole national development plans for 2030 align with the UN sustainable goals, and the diaspora is an integral part of that delivery.
You have a niche for really making connections work. You couldn't have named what you do any better, Rudi, making connections work. And I've already seen you put your touch on this diaspora environment. You have ads that are not just geared towards the UK. You have ads that can be run because you're really encouraging members of the diaspora in both the US and UK to go out and vote. I'm going to just have you have the platform. Just tell us about your vision and what's in your heart to take this role and implement it. Because I could ask you 100 questions, but really and truly what you want to share is what's in your heart about this role and what you could do with it. So I'm going to say, Rudi, for the next few minutes remaining in this conversation, just share us from your vantage point. Like I said, I've seen you put a spin on it already with ads that are neutral, because you're an influencer. You bridge gaps, and you can't help yourself but making these connections work. So how are you seeing yourself in this role? How will you execute, etc.?
Well, my role as it relates to the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council will be to facilitate the pathways to involvement. One of the challenges as it relates to any engagement policy from an institution, what underpins it is the building of relationships. And relationships only work when it goes two ways, from those providing the engagement to those receiving. So in other words, the most important part of the national diaspora policy from a diaspora perspective is diaspora involvement. So my role is to facilitate the pathways for diaspora involvement across multiple channels and platforms, events and activities. And where somebody may be based across the globe, it doesn't matter, because there's a pathway, there's an institutional pathway that they can follow with the destination Jamaica. So I'm one of those, then I will look at however the source of however the resources get to Jamaica, then they're there. That's the most important thing. So Destination Jamaica receives them. There will always be challenges out in the diaspora, various interests, regional, national, lots of vested interests. But if the pathway for involvement is clear, and there are no gatekeepers, and that's the most important thing when it comes to technology. My old friend Philip Edward always told me that technology has no gatekeepers. So we continue to use the digital technology, the platforms, the channels, and particularly programs such as this to keep enlightening our community, our communities, to make sure they're informed, reassured by the trusted messengers, as we call them. They can make their choice. Make their choice of the pathway to get to destination Jamaica. There's multiple pathways. And in fact, the more pathways we create to making a contribution to Jamaica, the better.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rudi Page, newly appointed chairperson of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council. Rudi, great stuff there. Listening to you, you're encompassed pretty much all the challenges that would come with that. One of the things I want to ask you about is in terms of the voting and the electoral process and stuff. What can you shed on that right now? Where are we currently?
Right, it's quite easy, really. If you want to nominate yourself or nominate someone else, or if you just want to vote, then you just go to glowjamcouncils.com. glowjamcouncils.com. And the website is pretty clear. And at the moment, we're still in the voter registration and nomination period, which will end on the 2nd of January. So there's still time. And the website is pretty clear. Also on the website, there's a frequently asked question document on there as well, with about 20 different questions. Cover a lot of people may be interested in. So just click on this page.
That's where my next question is gonna head. How can we access this kind of information? How can we reach Mr. Rudi Page? All that good stuff.
Right. So because I'm just responsible for the UK, then if somebody wants to email me, they can email me at uk.councils@gmail.com. But otherwise, there are contact details on the website. So everything really is on the website. So regardless of what region you're in, whether it's the UK, US, or Canada, you can access everybody through the website.
That's right. Rudi, is there anything else that we could add as we congratulate you and just share this awesome information with a wider audience on your new appointment?
I would just like to say, go out and nominate yourself if you feel that you have a heart you'd like to get involved in the Jamaica diaspora movement. You've been involved in the community, in your local community here, and you feel that you'd like to step up into the global diaspora movement. Then this is a great opportunity and a good opportunity to learn and to network some of the other those of us who are already in that domain, happy to share. And I guess my main message, Wayne, really is for the youth council membership, which is 18 to 35 year old. in terms of really looking for the talents. Again, we're looking for some of the adults to recommend some of the young people. There's lots of young people already doing community development activities. They're in the creative industries. They're in healthcare. They're studying international relations, so they have a sense of what it means to collaborate. And to get involved in the community. That kind of talent we also need to at least look at what's going on in the global diaspora movement, and of course the pathways exist for them for Destination Jamaica.
Loving it. Ladies and gentlemen, anybody's got to see to this getting done. It's got to be Mr. Rudi Page. Rudi brings so much experience to this newly appointed position that we're confident that you will make all these connections between the diaspora and Jamaica work. Rudi, again, ladies and gentlemen, our contact at HypeFM Radio, London. You wear so many hats. We're gonna have to bring you back again in another capacity. We enjoyed a winner's conversation in the past, and so there's so many opportunities for us to talk some more. But I truly thank you for coming on, taking the time to share with the audience about what's happening there in the UK as far as the diaspora is concerned. And we're excited to see how this will unfold.
Thank you very much. Could I just quickly give out some broad details? So, as I mentioned, the end of the voter registration and nomination period is the 2nd of January. Yes. On the 5th of January, we published the final slate of candidates, and that will be all regions, not just the UK, US, Canada. We're all working to the same campaign period. Right. So the actual campaign will run from the 5th to the 10th of January. And then the voting period will run from the 10th right through to the 27th of January. On the 30th of January, we certify the election results. And on the 1st of February 2023, we announce the announcement of the election results. And we will be on time.
Says Mr. Rudi Page. All right. I'm loving it, Rudi. Yes. Some structure there. Putting some fundamentals in place. We want to see the diaspora thrive and be organized. Position itself to really deliver for Jamaica because there are so many opportunities for the diaspora to assist if only we can figure out the best way how. So we're in good hands. We look forward to some great things. And thank you, sir, again for your time today.
Thank you. And good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's Mr. Rudi Page, newly appointed chair of the Electoral Committee of the Global Council, Diaspora Council for Jamaica, up there in the United Kingdom. Up next, Her Excellency, Mrs. Cynthia Pratt of the Bahamas, Deputy Governor General, will talk to us about her journey and share insights about her book as we continue with another great edition of the Wayne Hall Show. We'll be right back with Mother Pratt, as she's affectionately called, right after this.
Remember the song used to make you rock away.
Atlanta, can you imagine? It's been 10 years. The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music, is celebrating its 10th anniversary. On Saturday, March 25th, 2023, from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. at Legomere Restaurant and Event Hall. Live performances by Mellow Groove Band and poet Maxine Lyons. Music by DJ Cold Rise. Pre-sold tickets $50, at the door $55, which includes dinner. Me and my friends. Get tickets now at thewaynehallshow.com. Powered by VIP Socio. Or you can call 917-892-4607 or 678-431-9390. The Wayne Hall Show celebrates its 10th anniversary. Saturday, March 25th, 2023 at Lake Ramere Restaurant and Event Hall, located at 706 Grayson Highway in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Everyone is invited to come out early and enjoy the celebration. It's the Wayne Hall Show's 10th year anniversary.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for sticking with us, everyone. All right, we're going to continue with a lot more information this evening. Want to shout out listeners on Linkage Radio, HypeFM, Clark TV Network, Viscosity Blend, Island Worldwide, Reggae Vibes Radio, Yardflow TV, Energy Radio 1, You Choose Radio, and Fresh FM Radio in London. Everyone listening, thank you so much for being an audience of the Wayne Hall Show on our respective affiliate platforms. So it's my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome now to the Wayne Hall Show for the first time, hopefully not the last time though, Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor General from the Bahamas, Mrs. Cynthia Pratt. Mrs. Pratt, can you hear me? Hold on. I need to make sure my audience hears you. Something's all right. Okay. There you go. Loud and clear. How are you today?
Doing very well. And how are you?
I'm great. And I feel a whole lot better. I've heard nothing but great things about you and what you've done with your great work. So it's truly a pleasure to have you on this evening.
I do appreciate this, Wayne. I do appreciate this.
Yes. And I got to shout out Mr. Kinney for making this happen. He didn't have to, but he took on the extra work of connecting and making sure this is happening. So, all right. Yes. Now, I do have, I do want to start, with the early years. And as Mr. Kinney himself had said, sent us, some talking points here that I want to get into. And let's talk about the upbringing. Let's talk about the growing up. And I see here once eating out of a trash can.
Yes, Wayne.
So tell us about that stage, yes.
Well, you're talking about the 40s and 50s around that time, as a youngster growing up in what we term the inner city. Now, some people would call it a ghetto, but I refuse to use that term.
Right.
The inner city is where I grew up, and with a family, a very large family, 16 children. My mom and dad had 16 children, 13 boys and 3 girls.
Yep.
And so as you know, I had to survive, and so many times with mom being a straw vendor and dad being a janitor, the income was very small, with so many mouths to feed, and so you had to survive in some way.
Right.
And I was always one who didn't depend. I would go and try to make a difference. And so this occasion just happened one day as I was on my way to the straw market. That's where I would go with my mom, and I would sing for the tourists. And the tourists would sometimes give me a nickel or a quarter. Sometimes they chased me away, but nonetheless, I continued because that was lunch money. And it happened that day that I had nothing to eat, and on my way to the straw market, Wayne, I saw a bag on the ground, a paper bag, a brown paper bag, as a matter of fact. And I picked it up, and when I picked it up, it was a half a sandwich. Evidently, someone was eating a sandwich. And that was a sandwich that I thought Christmas had come.
Oh, wow.
And I sat down on the side of the road, and never mind who was eating it, whether there was anybody sick or had any. That didn't matter to me.
Right.
That didn't matter. What I saw was a meal. And I sat down and ate that, and I often tell my story because the masses needs to hear it. The masses needs to hear it, to know that listen, if God can bring me from there to where I am now, He can do it for you as well.
That's right. Yes. Continue. Yeah.
Yeah, so my story has always been one of motivation, one of encouragement, particularly to the downtrodden, who are stereotyped a lot of time based on where they live, and they're often seen as nobody. These are the people that God has given me the opportunity to reach, particularly men. My gift really is motivating men.
Okay.
Men who've been to prison, men who have really had a rough time in life and felt like giving up. Those are the ones I reach, and God has allowed me to reach and turn their lives around. As a teacher, as a former teacher, and that's where I met a lot of them, youngsters.
Right.
And I believe, Wayne, in going out and getting into the very guts of where they live. I want to see where they live. So that's how I'm able to address some of the issues they're facing. And so my life has been involved with the young, the not so young, even married couples. You know, they come to me for advice. And of course, as you know, I'm a pastor in the church, and so I have a lot of my members struggling sometimes, and you have to have some kind of encouragement for them. And so this is what my life symbolizes.
That's right, and I feel like once the audience gets this great insight into your formative years, they'll realize how much it all comes together now as we get into what you're actually doing, and as we talk about your book, because I see where you were a great athlete.
Absolutely, yes.
Tell us about that. Yes.
When I've started playing basketball, was really the sport here, and I was always one that was gifted. God had given me a gift that I could play with the boys. I hadn't played with the girls because they couldn't make me better. The boys made me.
I like it. Yes.
and so I started out around the age of 10 years old, and of course, basketball in my country, you know, we didn't have much facilities at that time, so we were limited, and so we would walk miles to try to get a game on a court because there were only few courts, and sometimes we played on the side of the road, and it was something that I just loved the game of basketball, but I was also gifted in softball.
Okay.
So I have a gold medal of the Caribbean tournament, and then I have a bronze medal at the World Games in softball.
Mm-hmm.
And then
wow.
I ran track, but basketball, I've been getting awards from I was 10 years old. I have over 200 awards now.
Oh my! Impressive! So I love it.
Yeah. So God has given me a gift, and I had opportunities through sports, and that's why I thank God for where I am today. And it all came because sports had a lot to do with it.
You went to college at the age of 36 as a wife. 34.
Yes.
As a wife and a mother.
Yes.
36.
Yes.
Let me just remind the audience, we're talking to Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor General of the Bahamas, Miss Cynthia Pratt, affectionately called Mother Pratt on our land. And she's just sharing her journey with us because the best is yet to come, ladies and gentlemen. But here we are at age 34, a mother and a wife, which I'm sure back then, this was against all odds. You're going to college. Share what that felt like. Yeah.
Yes, you know, when the opportunity came, of course, I was employed. My husband was alive at the time, and I was a volleyball coach. I played volleyball as well, but I was a coach here in the Bahamas, and this university in North Carolina called St. Augustine's, it was a college at that time, they needed a volleyball coach. And of course, my response to them right away was no, because I'm looking at my husband, I'm looking at my children, and I'm saying to myself, Wayne, I don't want to go to school and make sure I'm building on one side and my family is being torn down on the other side. And so my husband was the first to say, yes, you're going. And I took the opportunity, and here I am, sitting in classrooms with 18, 19-year-old kids.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 34 years of age, and my country at that time, women just wasn't allowed to go like that, not leave your husband and children, you going to school.
Yeah. How dare you,
must be
right?
kidding.
Yes.
Yes. And so, but my husband said, Cynthia, if you go, I know you will open doors for others. Once you get through a door, you will leave that door open for others. And of course, Wayne, I ended up in college, and I was determined to succeed because my husband was watching me to see whether I would succeed, because I'm under a lot of pressure, particularly for women who really was desirous to go to, but they wanted somebody to give them incentive. And here I am, decided I will go. And I graduated with honors.
Yeah.
I returned home.
Yes.
I returned home, and many women had said to me, wives said, Mother, because of what you did, it caused me to be inspired. And they started going to classes. They might not have gone away to college, but they started taking classes, and eventually they improved themselves. And so this is why I say to women as a whole, don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on your dream. Just, if you can't do it abroad, then try to do it at home, but improve yourself bit by bit. You'll eventually get there.
Very great advice. You entered politics.
Yes.
Tell us about the entering into politics. What motivated you? What inspired you to get into politics? Was it to make change? Tell us about going into politics.
Well, Wayne, you know, that's a story. I want you to listen carefully what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I've never been around politics. I never had any interest in politics.
Okay.
I was at the College of the Bahamas.
Yes.
Where I was assistant director to student activities. And one day I got a message from the sitting prime minister of the Bahamas saying that he would like to have an audience with me.
Wow.
And I'm wondering, well, why would he want an audience with me? And I agreed and said and hear what he has to say. And he came to the house, he sat down with my husband and I, and he talked about how they would like for me to consider entering politics and running on the ticket for the next election. And so, well, that wasn't a difficult question because the answer was no. No. You see, because I know nothing about politics, nothing. And in our country, we said we're green as grass. And so when he decided, he started talking to me, and he said to me, he said, Mother Pratt, what you have done in this country, no other woman has done. He said, just think about it. If you can help the amount of Bahamians at this level, what if you go to a higher level? How many more you can inspire? And then I said to him, Mr. Prime Minister, I need some time to think. I just can't answer. I can't answer this time. I just need time to think. I'm mixed up here. I have no desire for politics.
Right.
So I said, give me some time to think. He said, how much time? I said, give me 6 weeks. I think if I stay a long time, he won't return.
Yeah.
And at 6 weeks, he was back. He said, it's now 6 weeks. So I said, my husband said, Cynthia, think about it. Just think about it. Don't say no yet. So I then said, but I don't know how to set up a headquarters. I don't know what campaigning is like. I don't, and I just went about all the things I couldn't do. And he looked at me, he said, Mother Pratt, that's why we need you. But when he said that, and I just said, that's why you need me. He said, yes, ma'am. He said, you are light in this country. And so many are dependent upon you. So I decided, I said, okay, I'll just do it once. I'll just try one term, no more than one term. And this just me now putting down my rules. And suddenly I ran and I won first term, which is 5 years.
Yes.
And they convinced me that if I didn't run for 8 years, see, you don't get a pension until you have really completed 8 years, 8 to 10 years, then you qualify for a pension. But if you just do one term, now they didn't tell me this at first. If you did one term, you only got the gratuity, you don't get a pension. And so I had to have something to live on with.
Yes.
And so I decided, okay, well, I'll go to second term. Well, of course, needless to say, in my opponent, I destroyed them. I won by almost 90% of the votes.
Amazing.
And so the bottom line is that I have been among the people. I still reside among the people, even today at this moment, in the inner city.
Wow. So
I won't. Sorry.
I was about to ask you, and pardon the interruption, Your Excellency, why did you just do the 2 terms, or did it turn out to be a longer?
I did 15 years. That's 3 terms.
I love it, though. I love that you ended up doing 15 years. So how did it unfold? How did you end up leaving politics?
Well, it was my choice. They pleaded to me to just do one more. For only one more, I said, no, that's it for me. Because my husband took it. And then, of course, he passed. And that was the end of my career. I had no intentions of going back into politics without him.
Right.
But Wayne, I can tell you right now, if I chose to return today, I will win today, and I would win big.
Oh
today.
My goodness! Wow, you're probably the most sought after woman in politics right now in the Bahamas.
Wayne, it's when you make an impact on people's lives for the better. People don't forget. They don't forget. You might forget, but they won't.
Right.
Because of the masses, you see, the thousands will remember you, but you won't remember the thousands.
Exactly.
And so that is why, even today, I'm still involved. I'm still involved with the community and trying to make a difference in people's lives and letting them know it's not about where you live. It's about what's inside of you.
Right. So let's talk about So let's talk about that in terms of your role as an influence of change in the Bahamas. You're a deputy governor general, not a deputy prime minister, with significantly different roles. But tell us a little bit about how you're making an impact from being the deputy governor general.
Well, the thing is, what I'm doing as a deputy governor general, it's really not much difference when I was deputy prime minister. Because they're all, it's heavy responsibility, of course.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's about service. It's about service. And you don't have to change who you are. You have a title. But if you're making an impact in the lives of the people, then you'll continue to do that. And that's the way I see it. Because when you have the responsibility of leading a country, because my prime minister had a massive stroke, and when I had to take over the country as the prime minister. Yes. And so it's the same responsibility. The governor general doesn't have as much responsibility as a prime minister, because the prime minister has the headache with the people. The governor general is the voice of the queen. And so I'm saying today, because of the roles that I played, the bottom line is it's all about service. It's all about not the people serving me. I'm serving the people.
Right.
That's the difference.
Yes.
That's the difference. And so sometimes when we get in these positions, we forget that we are the servants of the people. And it's them who is our boss, who tells us what to do and what not to do. It's the people that dictates that to you. Amazing. And nothing has changed. I mean, that is what I believe, and I continue to live that way.
Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Her Excellency, Mrs. Cynthia Pratt, the Deputy Governor General of the Bahamas. Let's talk a little bit about Bahamas, as I want to get into your book and some of the ways you're continuing to serve, like you've pointed out. But I also want us right about now to just talk about the Bahamas. You know, there was the hurricane. Let's just have a little free flow about the Bahamas. Okay. So, how is the Bahamas doing, man? There were these vicious hurricanes, and boy, how's the rebuilding?
Mm-hmm. We are yes, of course, we are rebounding. It will take a while. As you know, Wayne, I'm not sure you're aware, but we're a chain of islands.
Yeah.
And that is what makes it more difficult for us. Because on each island, you have to duplicate everything. And so you have some islands who might only have about 200 people living on that island. But that island needs security, it needs education, it needs healthcare. All of these things must go into that island with that small amount of people. And so it's very costly to maintain. And so when we're spread out, and so when hurricanes will hit us, some of them, they only one or two might get hit, and the other islands would escape because of how widely we're really we're not in the Caribbean as such. We're out there in the middle of the beautiful, gorgeous waters that God has given us, and our people have much freedom. And of course, as you know, our country, we produce a whole lot of seafood.
Yes.
And so if you're hungry, you can just go out you don't need a license to go and fish. Liberians, you go and you fish from anywhere and you catch fish and you can sell it, you can eat it yourself, those kinds of things. So the Bahamas is unique because tourism is our number one industry.
Right.
And so it is important for the tourists to be comfortable when they come in because we want them to return. Good. Now, the thing about it is that when tourist comes, the cab driver might be the only person they meet. So the way the cab driver treats them would cause them to want to return. And that's why it's so important for our people to be trained to know how to deal with the tourists.
Very delicate, but very important business, tourism.
Yes.
Yeah. You want repeat. You want people to spread the word and how well they were treated. All right.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I gotta ask you about your book, the From the Pit to the Palace. I have a screenshot of it on the screen for the audience to see. From the pit to the palace, the autobiography of Cynthia Mother Pratt. Here you are. What a stellar life! Wow. I mean, kudos to you. You've lived the entire range. Like you said, from picking up that sandwich and those days and what you went through then, and here you are as a deputy governor general, having had 3 terms in office too. As what? As a member of parliament? Is that what?
As a member of parliament and a minister in the government.
And a minister in the government.
In the cabinet, yes.
Right. So you're trying to use your book not just to uplift and inspire, but also to be a drive, to raise funds, to continue with your hard work in the Bahamas. So please tell us about the book and how we can help you with this book to get some funds in to continue your work.
Yes. Lorraine, we have formed what we call a foundation.
Yes.
The book is about my life.
Right.
Because I want the masses, not only in the Bahamas, but around the world, who are still in the gutter today, wanting to know there's hope. There's hope. And so my life must be an inspiration to them, for them to know that here's a woman who came from eating out of a bag she found on the side of the road and sitting in an office where she's in charge of a nation. How does it happen? Yes, there have been some ups and downs. There's been some pitfalls and some rough times, but you can overcome. And I wanted them to know it's not where you begin. It's where you end. You are who you are from the inside. And so whatever you desire to become, that will work its way on the outside. So that is what my life, I want to make certain that my life is one, that they can talk about a woman who God helped, coming from a family of 16 children.
16?
Whose mom and 16.
Yes.
Whose mother and father were illiterate. Couldn't write their names. And so here we are today in the Bahamas. This is the same woman who now can lead a nation of people, so to speak, and particularly bring advice to a government as to what we should do and what we ought not to do in order to develop our country. And so my story is unique because, number one, I'm a black woman. I came from the heart of the ghetto that they call us, the ghetto. And here I am today, still living among the people, and develop what we call a foundation among the people, where we have to give them clothes and shoes and books, and parents come every day, just about every day they come looking. And so businesses have been sending us materials to help and repair some homes. We have the elderly people, Wayne, who you're standing in the house and you're looking up at the sky. You're looking through the holes in the ceiling, And so we were able to repair 34 homes because of donations. And so that is why we need assistance. Any kind of financial assistance we can get, Wayne, that's what we're in search of, because there's so much more to do, but it can't do very much without funding.
Where can we find the book?
The book is supposed to be out now. I know what, I'll let Tim let you know where it's at now, but Book Baby is one who was supposed to have it in their possession at this time, and Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Yes, it's on Amazon for sure. I'm looking at it on Amazon right now. the paperback version. And so
yes, okay.
At least we have that source. So, ladies and gentlemen, one way that you can contribute to the hard work of Mother Pratt, and I'll take the liberty of referring to you as Mother Pratt for the
yes.
if you don't mind.
Not at all.
One way you can support Mother Pratt is to purchase this book. The proceeds of your purchase of her book goes towards, like she says, helping especially those elderly folks hit by the hurricane or for other reasons. No one wants to stand in their house and be looking up at the sky. And so that is great that you're helping that. Are there other ways we can contribute to what you're doing, to the foundation?
Well, if it's not with clothing and, of course, materials, you can also, in terms of education, we have some kids who are very bright kids, have good grades, and we try to get scholarships for them. It get that kind of thing. That whatever that people can afford, we'd be more than grateful.
In terms of financial donations, is there a website? Is there like a Cash App or a Zelle account? How could anyone, like, if somebody was watching right now and say, and were touched by your story and loves what you're doing and want to support it and wanted to just donate something, how could they do that? Is there a site?
Yeah, well, let me give you my email address. Yes. They might want to. Yes. It's called Pratt, P-R-A-T-T.
P-R-A-T-T.
Yes, Pratt, D is in dog.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, Nicole, @gmail.com.
Okay, so it's prattdnicole@gmail.com.
Right.
All right.
Right.
And so if we email you there, you can give us further guidance into how we can contribute and donate.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes. You I can tell how proud you are of being a Bahamian and to be able to help your country and uplift your country.
Yes.
I just had me some Bahamian food, by the way. I went to a restaurant in town. I had the chicken in a bag.
Oh yes! Wow!
I had the chicken in a bag and tried some conch fritters as well. Yes. And that was great. That was great.
Oh yes! I was about to tell you, Wayne, you have to have some conch.
Yeah, I see that's a big deal in the Bahamas. Conch. No conch, you didn't eat Bahamian. You didn't eat Bahamian if you didn't eat conch.
Oh yeah, conch salad and scotch conch. It builds the body. When you return home, you won't be the same.
I love it. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, what an awesome conversation with a great dynamic lady, the Deputy Governor General of the Bahamas, Mrs. Cynthia Pratt, who's taken the time to bring her journey to our platform here on the Wayne Hall Show. And on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, the book is entitled From the Pit to the Palace. It's available on Amazon.com. Please support it. Please purchase. The proceeds go to helping great parts of her vision of helping her to uplift her people in the Bahamas. And also take her email address. It's prattdnicole@gmail.com. That's prattdnicole@gmail.com. In wrapping up, Mother Pratt, anything else you want to share that's, you want to share with the audience tonight before we go?
Well, I would want to express my thanks, really, Wayne, to you for taking this time to help to expose us, because I think it's exposure we need a little bit more, because people will give, but they just don't know.
Right.
And so I am so grateful for this opportunity, and hopefully there would be others who might want to chip in and say no amount is too small, because it can all assist in some way. And so I'm so thankful to you, Wayne, and of course to the listeners who are part of your everyday show. And I say, to God be the glory. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I really, truly enjoyed speaking to you. You are an inspiration. You're a motivation. Your conversation is uplifting, and I pray you strength and everything that you do, and that you'll continue to change lives there in Bahamas. Thank you so much, Mother Pratt.
Yes, yes. I just wanted to say one more thing that was very important. I forgot, Wayne. You know, during the time I was in before I got into public life, when I got the opportunity to go as a coach, I had a budget that the college had given me. And instead of looking for students in America, I knew that they had more than enough. I would come home and recruit Bahamians. And I've done that for over 20 years. And Wayne, today, it's hundreds of them that I assisted. They're doctors, lawyers, engineers, police officers, chartered accountants. And so I thank God that I was in a position to assist so many of my people.
That is great. Yes. To God be the glory. Yes.
Yes. I just thought I'd share that with you before we go off here.
Well, thank you for sharing that, and thank you for all you're doing. It's totally appreciated. All right.
Thank you so much. God bless you, man.
Have a great rest of your evening.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Deputy Governor General there of the Bahamas. And, you know, I really, it's amazing how we hear titles, but it's so good when we can get to know the persons behind these titles. Yes. Yep. So anyhow, gotta continue with the show, right? Yes, thank you, First Lady. I got it. All right. I want to shout out Dorel Blake. Dorel, how are you? Congratulations on your book, Deputy Governor General. Keep putting in work for all of us and our common future. Be well, stay strong, blessings always. Bless up everything good, Wayne. Continue going the extra mile on the path of righteousness, highlighting our Caribbean diaspora. Be well, stay strong, blessing always. Thank you, Dorel. And I wish for you all the best for the holidays, okay? Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you. And thank you for always encouraging the Wayne Hall Show and the platform. Miss Yvette Taylor Reynolds, good evening. How are you? Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining. All right. So we're going to wrap up. We don't have a lot of time left, but we got time enough for some more Christmas music, right? And I'm happy that some of us did go over to YouTube, because there you won't get disturbed. Here we go.
Get you in a good mood. Let the Christmas get you feeling fine. Put on your dancing shoes and come with me tonight. We're gonna rock till broad daylight. Make the Christmas get you in a good mood. Make the Christmas get you feeling fine. Put on your dancing shoes and come with me tonight. Gonna rock till broad daylight. Yeah.
Keep them off, that's fine. Nothing should stop you.
From Texas, come on, it's Christmas time, yeah. Make the Christmas get you in a good mood. Make the Christmas get you feeling fine.
Gotta shout out Mr. Timothy Kinney. Author Khadijah Henry. I'm doing well. Merry Christmas. Miss Andrea Brown McNeish. Merry Christmas, Andrea.
Let the Christmas get you feeling fine. Put on your dancing shoes and come with me tonight. We're gonna rock till broad daylight.
Who remembers this one? Who remembers this one?
I wish for all mankind a wonderful.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music, meets music, meets music.
True love at Christmas time. Don't have to be concerned. Show some love and let the peace fight burn. Oh, I wish for all mankind a wonderful Christmas time. Where there is no snow, where the good sense and need will grow. Oh, I wish that we could find true love at Christmas time. Don't have to be concerned. Show some love and let the peace fight burn.
At this time, I want to wish my listeners on Linkage Radio, HypeFM, Clark TV Network, Viscosity Blend, Island Worldwide, Yard Flow TV, Energy Radio 1, You Choose Radio.com, that I wish you all a Merry Christmas, all the best for the holidays, you and your families. Thank you for listening to the Wayne Hall Show on these respective platforms. All the best, and I'll catch you next week, okay? In the meantime, more.
Orange on the beaches where all the lovers play. You can take a swim and wash your tears away. Yeah, jamming in the sun just like Bob Marley said.
Sing out. I wish for all. I know Janice O'Shea loves this one. Janice, this is for you. Mr. Gary McCook, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to the JIIFSC.
Drink a puffer for me, I blow the smoke in the air. I listen reggae music on the old barber here. I look back in a life and I give thanks to be here. Consider myself lucky, although me shoes here. I know for me colleagues, them jump out through the year. Now after bag of money, now no new clothes.
Merry Christmas, Dr. Francis. How are you, my brother? All the best for you and yours. A warm Jamaican Christmas style to you. Who remembers this one? Jawalton on the first day of Christmas. Lord. Hey!
Christmas come down to the time get cold. In me left pocket like me have me bill full. Full up of cash just like Nat King Cole. Science is not ladder in a corner.
Uncle Paul boyfriend, I said that she cool.
This a Christmas in a jam down.
Yes!
This a Christmas in a jam down, Lord. Christmas come up, me say once.
Mix it!
We don't buy cheap things, we buy the one with dear. Over here, Santa Claus over there. Lord of God in our whole rocking cheer. In him right and him have a dozen teddy bear. Giving to the children and I say go and go share. Lord
You know what?
Christmas come down to the time get cold. In me left pocket like me have me bill full of cash just like that King Cole. Sign sister Lana in a corner, Lord. Hugging up her boyfriend and tell him say she cool. Lord, it's a Christmas in a jam down. Lord, it's a Christmas in a jam down, Lord. Christmas come and me say once a year. We don't buy cheap things, we buy the one we dear. I'm an over here,
Santa Claus over there.
Boy child, Jesus Christ was born on Christmas Day, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day.
Holy Bible said, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a king was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. While shepherds watch, they flock up by night, they see a bright new shining star. They hear a choir sing a song, the music seemed to come from afar.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music, meets music, meets music, meets music.
Brand new morn, this forgotten forever. It's all a dream and illusion now. It must come true sometime soon, somehow. All across the land, dawn's a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born.
DJ Wayne in the house.
Do you ever come to the ghetto? Santa Claus. Do you ever
DJ Wayne.
why we suffer so? Santa Claus, when will you come to the ghetto? Santa Claus, we would like to see how your friends will go. All year long, we've been down time. How we hold on to those hard times. You ain't gonna fight, you ain't gonna fuss. We're all the presents that you brought for us. Santa Claus, do you ever come to the ghetto? Santa Claus, do you ever wonder why we suffer so? Santa Claus, when will you come to the ghetto? Santa Claus, we would like to see how those things will go. See you in the papers, you're on TV, giving the toys to some big thing. Wondering what's happening for people like me. Is it because we don't have to? Santa Claus, do you ever come to the ghetto? Santa Claus, do you ever wonder why we suffer so?
The sound of Carlene Davis, Santa Claus. Have you ever come to the ghetto? You know, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this little extra brata on social media. Reggae Vibes Radio, the Wayne Hall Network, those listening on the app. All right, thank you, the WayneHallShow.com YouTubers. And again, please subscribe to at Wayne Hall Show on YouTube because we might be doing more of that in 2023. We need to open up our repertoire of music, man, and not worry about Facebook shutting us down. We have Mixcloud as well. So we have lots of opportunities for you to enjoy the Wayne Hall Show, all right? And I'm excited as we approach the end of the year in terms of what's going to be happening on this platform in 2023. Now, I want to say to everyone, welcome, Susu, with love. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a peaceful. I like peace. I like to be peaceful, even if I'm hungry, even if whatever. But to know there's peace, there's nothing tearing at my thoughts and pulling me. Peace is very vital. So I want to wish you a peaceful holiday season. All right? And please don't let it leave you broke. All this is going to be over in 24 hours of a day called Christmas Day. So don't end up on the 26th going, man, where did all my money go, right? Because the people going to still love you. The people will still value you. Some of them are not even expecting anything. And you're killing yourself over trying to get them something. You know what I mean? So do the best you can, but don't do too much. Don't go crazy. Don't let the commercial side of Christmas spoil it for you. So as I wrap up before Christmas, I want to say enjoy. Do family. Those of you with family. Yeah, man. And yes, Susu says peace. That's vital to me. So may you find peace this Christmas, everyone. And Carlene Davis, continue to take us out of here. Santa Claus, have you ever come to the ghetto? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say, all being well, I'll be back next week. But I will let you know if I'm unable to do a show next week. In the meantime, in between time, happy holidays!
Give them the choice to something. Wondering what happened to poor people like me. Is it because we don't have to? Santa Claus, do you ever
you ever wonder why we stop this road?